A La Crosse man experienced tragedy in 1 week than most of us will go through in a lifetime, and now he is fighting to get back some of what he lost.
Nate Hoover cherishes every moment he spends with his 3-year-old son Danny, because the laughter and smiles are difficult to come by these days.
It's hard to even get out of bed for a while. If it wasn't for my son, I don't know what I'd do.
Early last year, everything seemed to be going right for Nate. He had been with his fiancée Mina for 9.5 years, and they had just bought their first home together. They were raising their son Danny and also Mina's 10-year-old daughter from a previous marriage, Kareena. And they had another baby on the way. But August 25th, 2014, just 2 days before Nate's 34th birthday, this picture of happiness shattered right before his eyes.
I went upstairs and she was laying on the floor, kind of like she'd rolled out of bed or something, face down.
Unconscious and barely breathing, Mina was rushed to the hospital.
They didn't know what was wrong yet, but they said it didn't sound very good from what they had seen.
More tests revealed an aneurysm had burst inside her head. Nate was told her chances of survival were not good.
There wasn't a lot they could do for her, and they had her on life support. But then they said that there was a chance that the baby was all right, because they did a check on him and he had a heartbeat yet.
Nate spent the night at the hospital by their side, but by the next day, the reality of what happened became clear.
It was pretty much then they determined that she wasn't going to survive without life support. And then they also checked for the baby, but he didn't have a heartbeat anymore.
But the heartache wasn't over yet. Within a few hours after the funeral for Mina and their unborn child, Nate's strength was tested again.
There was a bit of a family function at one of her brother's houses that we went to immediately after. And it was there that I received a phone call on her brother's cell phone from the La Crosse Police Department saying that they were ready to take Kareena and let her leave with her dad.
Still very much grieving, Nate says he was given a little more than an hour to get Kareena's things together and to the police station. And what made it worse, he says Kareena never had any contact with her father in the entire 9.5 years before this.
So to hear that he wanted her back out of the blue at the most inappropriate time possible, it just blows my mind. I just was not ready to process all that. I took her to swimming lessons when she was a little kid. I taught her to ride a bike. I was her father for 9.5 years.
In a little over a week's time, Nate had lost 3 family members. Kareena even missed her own mother's burial.
It just didn't seem fair. It still doesn't seem fair. It hurts so bad losing my fiance and my child, then to lose her too. The way it happened, so unexpectedly, it just crushed me.
Because Nate was not married to Mina, lawyers have told him he basically has very few rights. He's now petitioning the courts to get visitations with Kareena, who lives with her biological father on the other side of the state.
It's not an easy case to win. I'm not a blood relative of any kind. I just have a child with her mother, and you know, there is a chance, but it's not going to be an easy one.
Nate now takes life one day at a time, and definitely with a new perspective.
I don't take life for granted anymore. The time I have with my son and people in general.
Even though Nate will never have his family complete again, he's at least hoping for some kind of closure.
I have to keep telling myself that things are going to get better, and I will see Kareena again.
Now, I did contact Kareena's biological father to get his side of the story. He was not interested in talking to me, but when asked why he came to get Kareena when he did, he simply told me because she's my daughter. I also talked to several experts in the field of child custody on this case, and all told me that Nate has a very difficult situation, as you heard, because he has no legal ties to either Kareena or his fiancee Mina, but there is a chance, given the circumstances, that he will get some visitation rights. Now, Nate's first court appearance is coming up within the next month or so, and he should learn more information then.
And that's so difficult just for Nate being an adult to deal with, but can you imagine Kareena to lose her mother and move and have this whole new family? I just hope that the adults in this situation will remember to look at it from the child's eyes,
You hope
too.
so, yeah.